play for the World Cup. We need you. I'd be like, well, crap.
Well, to be fair, if no one else was going to play, there wouldn't be a team.
Well, no, they'd have just enough people to where they need one more.
Ah, right.
For this hypothetical me being able to say crap, it needs to work just... Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
I was wondering what the phone was.
You guys were talking about upsets, though. I mean, wasn't there technically one earlier where the unseeded team, Sweden, actually beat Italy?
4-1, yeah.
Yeah, that was... we were talking about earlier. That was a little bit unexpected.
I think if there's going to be upsets like that, you're more likely to find it in the low-seeded and unseeded teams.
Yeah, that's probably true. I feel like in the group stages, there might be some upsets in the top and high seed as well.
Yeah, but I mean, when you start getting like unseeded teams beating the top-seeded teams, high-seeded, then we get to the juicy stuff. Those are the upsets you want to see.
And then there's matches like Argentina versus South Korea tomorrow, which you want to watch just to see Juan's depression.
And for those asking about the results, I do believe you'll be able to get any type of result you're looking for. We do post those up as soon as we possibly can. I don't know if the current results past the first two blocks that we've done so far have been released, but I know they have been released.
Everything in the results Google Doc is up to date.
Okay, and can anyone see that? Is that...
Yeah, I got that fixed. I got it fixed, guys.
Alright, awesome.
You know, there's people using the results command in chat now anyway, so people have got the Google Doc. At least I'm assuming it's updated. Maybe I'll have a quick look just in case.
While you're taking a look there, all the players for both teams have actually joined the room. We have Shiro, Beck, and Zenonia for Thailand, and for Chile we have Timitu, Walter Toro, and Seve X.
Yeah, everything is up to date as well, so.
And it looks like they do have their warm selected, so once we get that shown on the stream, we'll probably be moving on and getting that started pretty quickly. Pretty excited for this match.
The song title is interesting.
I think this is the first time that we've actually had a top and high seed on stream.
Maybe?
I missed the first couple of matches, so I'm not sure about those, but the ones I was here for, I don't believe we had a top and high against each other.
Okay, so we had New Zealand vs Malaysia, which was the first one. Then after that we had Singapore vs Philippines, I believe. Then we had Denmark, Indonesia, I think. And then Finland, Netherlands.
Oh, and I'm sure Twitch chat's going to be happy with the warm-up being Undead Corporation.
Oh yeah, they can see it now. Cool. And the night where the Keisha screamed. Keisha? Keisha. I don't know. Keisha will do.
Meanwhile, Finland versus Argentina one, they're doing a one punch man opening.
Yeah, I like the title.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting title.
Not inaccurate. That's not even the title, I think that's just the source. Wait, is it? No, yeah, that is the title. Okay. Source doesn't show it. Wasn't the artist Jam Project?
For One Punch's opening, yes, GM Project.
Yeah.
They
I
also
know.
did beautiful one. They also did beautiful things like Soul Taker and all kinds of other really cool anime openings.
Yeah, that's the one. I remember you met Soul Taker.
They did predominantly older anime for a long time, then they kind of went out of the limelight, and then they got super popular again when they redid the One Punch Man theme, because One Punch Man just exploded.
I'm not even surprised. Also, interestingly enough, we also have a Hellline next as warm as well. So that's kind of cool.
Oh god, the name of that, though, doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It doesn't bode well, does it?
Seems like Moltotaro and Urusai have switched.
Yeah, Urusai coming in for Chile for the warm-up. Looks like we're just waiting for one of the players to finish downloading the map. It happens to be Urusai, and once they're done with that, we should get started.
Yeah, meanwhile, Flanders, Argentina finished both of their warm-ups.
Now, what skin are they using? Twitch chats? Well, the skin is probably the default that you're going to actually be seeing. I don't think they use anything but the defaults when it comes to the World Cups. But what the players use is totally up to them. Their skins are completely independent from what you're actually seeing on stream.
He's not be using their own player skins. I imagine a few people will probably have few of them lying around. Oh, there's someone on Twitch chat saying Austin here.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, that Os is a pretty cool guy, if he's into his.
Yeah, kind of like a slow guy indeed.
Oh, man.
Hopefully it's just not too standard though.
Yeah, I hope it's a little bit more multi than that. Maybe there's some fruits in there, too.
Yeah, it's always kind of cool just to like catch up with people though.
See,
I don't know if Go ahead.
I was just saying, I see SS Demons, they're asking how long are the songs, and do they have a limit on how short or long they can be? As far as I can tell, there's not actually a limit on how short or long songs in the map pool can be. Though if you're picking a long warm-up, you might get yelled at.
Yeah, generally, the idea here for the picks, just based off what we've seen in group stage and what we've seen in previous tournaments, like, we want to usually aim around the 2:30-minute mark or around the 1:30 mark for certain maps, depending on if they're going to be used in a mod bracket or not. In terms of tiebreakers, we usually try to aim around the 5-minute to 6-minute marathon. That's to test the endurance of the players. Sometimes you will see 4-minute long songs, even reaching close to 5 on some of the picks, but there's usually a really good reason for the length being that long. Either the map isn't as difficult, or it's just, it varies.
Tiebreakers.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, hoping we actually end up seeing one on the stream this group stage.
There has been a few group stages where we did see tiebreakers, but just last World Cup that we were covering, there was quite a few tiebreakers during the group stage, so hopefully we'll see something like that with this as well.
Yeah, I'm mostly talking about like this particular Mania tournament. But yeah, we have seen a lot in the group stage before. Just hopefully we see one in this one.
I feel like the pools are definitely here to challenge our 4 key players a lot more than they've been challenged as of late. But then again, with 4 key, speed is key, so it's kind of hard to find some stuff that is able to actually stop some of these faster guys.
Yeah, as seen from some of the more experienced players that we have commentating here, like for example Hailojin, when he's around, like that guy's absolutely nuts.
Very much so, and it's cool to find out that our map pool selectors were able to find maps that actually challenge all of the contestants, and they found like their kryptonites even of some sorts. There's definitely like clear bans on stuff that teams do not like, and that is good to see because putting them out of their comfort zone is exactly what you kind of want to do. You want to push them to the absolute limit so they can I mean, I've only heard good things about people improving after these tournaments too. So this definitely gets your palate outside of what you're normally used to playing. And maybe you're a score farmer, or maybe you're just one of those kind of people that don't like to play unless your accuracy is so high. I have quite a few friends like that myself that don't like to submit scores unless their accuracy is on par. And these world tournaments are like just the best way to get people out of their comfort zone. And even
I have to stop you because Urusai is still holding 100% halfway through the song, and he's just going absolutely nuts right now. Beck is doing really good too, actually holding full combo as well, but Urusai's accuracy is just nuts.
Yeah, Urusai is holding incredibly well, and it looks like a majority of every hit that he's doing is Rainbow 300 at this moment. I'm watching here, I see every once in a while one normal 300, but he is definitely keeping his accuracy extremely high.
I mean, considering that like Urusai just downloaded this, like this is the player we were waiting for on the download.
Okay, so quick update. Argentina take the first point in their match against Finland on a refresh. So yeah.
Wow, they got started quick, huh?
Yep. Well, I mean, they had a TV size opening, so as one of their warm-ups.
Yeah.
We would both have like 2-4 minute max.
Double S.
Yeah, and for those asking about Zenonia, it was either that the stream client didn't get him, or he might have not been able to connect in time. I'm not 100% sure, but don't worry, it's just a warm-up, and these are just here for the players to warm up. He could very well be playing right now. Oh, that 0.1 accuracy percent drop on Urusai. The double S dream.
Urusai is extremely consistent. But yeah, with the map pulls, it's like you say, trying to get people out of the comfort zone. But it's mostly that there's not that many 4K players who will practice things like speed changes and long notes. Because long notes in general, it's more of a 7-key thing. But obviously it's not limited to it.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's definitely long notes in some of the 4-key picks, but one of the things I don't see too much is, like, it just doesn't seem like a 4-key pick would have a lot of long notes, and some of the maps that we've actually had in here do have quite a few long notes.
What in the heck, Urusai, at that accuracy?
Look
I
at
mean,
that, 3,000.
157, like that ratio is insane. What am I looking at right now?
Another Halo gem.
Connor, you weren't kidding. Not in the slightest. This guy's accuracy is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that is absolutely amazing.
When it gets to the later stages in the tournament, the people who have the ridiculous accuracy are like Urusai, Halogen, and Kobo on the South Korean team.
I have a quick question. When we were talking with Juan earlier, did he say he didn't want to play Cannon? I feel like he said, when Juan was here earlier, I think he said he did not want to play Cannon or something like that, or it's one of the matches he didn't want to play.
I might have missed it earlier, I'm not sure.
Did you
remember
pick
the Connor?
Kawari song,
I
Cannon?
don't know. I think Cannon's one of the maps which he has a decent score on. So I'm not
Okay,
sure.
because they just picked Cannon. I was like, I thought he didn't want to play that one. Maybe I'm thinking of a different map.
Oh, Pope's mad at me because I didn't list him as one of the better accuracy players.
They're actually players in Chile.
No overall.
Hey man, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Pope, you're better than pretty much every other player that's like watching this right now.
And before the next number one in Mania is in Twitch chat right now, just going, I
mean,
I'm not sure that
like-
guy, you're wrong.
that right now. I mean, like Cyane's probably still hanging around in Twitch chat. It's Speak of the Devil right there. Hello, Cyane.
Alright, and we should be getting underway with the next match in just a moment. It does look like the song has been picked.
You know, you see a lot of Leaf maps made for Leaf songs. It seems to be really common, especially Evanescent. I've seen I've seen this map for I think every single mode now.
Well, I mean, the kind of music that Leaf produces is just absolutely amazing for music games in general, whether it be Mania, Standard, Taiko even, and Catch the Beat. It just works. There's a lot of stuff you can work with. There's lots of different rhythms, lots of complex rhythms. The ability to break these down and make them into difficult sections is super easy, and even more easy in Mania when you've got a really good mapper behind the helm. They can really take a song like this and make something absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, in my game mode, for example, like all these kind of maps are really fun to play. There's just so much to work with.
Okay, just look this up. It looks like Brazil will take the first point against Spain.
All right, good job, Brazil.
And I don't know, but I'm gonna assume the Finland-Argentina map is about to finish because it's canon, and they started playing that a while ago.
It looks like Ursai is also going to have to download this warm-up as well. Incoming double S.
Line double this.
I mean, we were only 2 100s off of a double S on the last map, so I would not be surprised at this rate.
Yep, there we go. Argentina take the second point.
Yeah, it does look like we have someone in the Twitch chat saying that Ursai sacrificing internet speed for accuracy power.
Sacrifices must be made.
I wish it was that easy, man. I'd throttle myself down to like a 5 kilobyte section, 5 kilobytes a second if I could play like a god.
So have crappy internet for the rest of your life and be amazing at rhythm games, or be really bad at rhythm games but have the best internet you could possibly have for the rest of your life. Which one?
Or have it as a puzzle.
Dude, I would totally give up internet speed for skill any day. Because I could always go to someone else's house.
If it's exclusively rhythm games, I think I could give it up for having good internet.
Oh no, man! Because if
Let
you
us
get
know.
good if you get good at every rhythm game, you'd just be able to go show off anywhere. Just okay, so you have bad internet. That's only at your house. You can go over to someone else's house. You sacrifice your internet speed for skill, and then just go to like the local arcade and destroy a DDR machine. That aside, though, it does look like we're going to get into. Yeah, literally. That aside, it does look like we're going to get into our second warm up. So let's watch this.
Speaking of absolutely nothing to do with warm-ups, Indonesia are currently up 1-0.
Well, that's match information. That's still good information to give out.
Yeah, but it's still got nothing to do with the warm-ups, so...
No, it doesn't. So, while they're warming up, to kind of keep the warm-up discussion going, Connor, is there any, like, hand exercises that you do before, like, anything like this? Like, tournament-wise, do you have any type of hand exercises, anything like that? Or do you have any hand exercises you do before you play in general?
Me personally, I don't do anything like that. It's more of just, you gotta go straight into playing the game and just play until your hands get used to it, because doing it before, like, as far as I know, there's no muscles in fingers, so you can't really, like, prepare them. Especially because you've got to prepare mentally for Mania as well, for reading and to keep up with everything. So it's better to just go straight into it, just on easier maps than you would normally play, just to get into your rhythm for it.
Yeah, I hear you there. I know, like, I don't know, I do, like, arm stretches and stuff before I play Standard, just due to the fact that, like, the way you have to sit position-wise, it can get really for me.
Brazil is 2-0 now.
There you go. Stein said that he does some wrist movements as if he's playing drums to warm his hands up.
Yeah, that totally works out. Yeah, fingers definitely have muscles though. Tendons at least, but not in the tips. The tips are just bone and tissue.
It's mostly just tendons. I think there's like one muscle in your fingers.
I think, like, cause I'm double jointed, so I can bend the little tiny crease on your finger. I wonder if I like did that every day, would it get ripped out?
I don't think that would work out as you might expect, C-Trot. Anyway, Thailand taking that one up there, and looks like we are going to be moving into the bands in just a moment. So, Connor, what do you think that we're going to end up seeing for bands between these two teams?
Well, I'm not that sure about the Thailand team, what they're like with SVs and LNs, because people seem to be going for that so far, because not many people practice it. But for Chile, they're better players. I know aren't good at SVs, but they do have backup players who are really good at them. So I wouldn't expect them to ban the SV maps, and I'd expect them to ban something like Inside. But I'm really not sure about Thailand.
Or
Another low roll. We've seen actually two different low rolls now. Both of them were 7, I think, too.
yep, compared to 93, I mean,
Chile's got the number luck today.
if you add them up, it's 100.
Top seed, top roll. What more could you ask for?
I like that both the rolls equal 100. I don't think I've seen that before. Alright, so let's see what Thailand's going to ban out.
This should be interesting. I mean, there's plenty of maps to go for, but I feel like we might see something coming out of the 3 mod bracket. And if that's the case, we have Space Time, Endless Dreams, Cannon, or Hours, really. So, I don't know, it's going to be Robo Position.
Rest in peace, Philosophy. At least we got to see it on the stream once.
I feel like that was played twice.
Was it played twice? It might have been played when I wasn't here earlier.
I feel like it's been picked 3 times.
3?
Well, that might have been a match I did not see, but I know, like, while I was here watching, I mean, I wasn't commentating, obviously, but I was definitely watching. I'm pretty sure it was played twice.
Well, if it's been played twice, it means we played more. It was Philosophy.
Oh, Insider, wow.
No. I think Power Supply got picked. And if I'm correct, yep, Power Supply. That was the last map that had not actually been picked up yet. So with that, everything is now been played once.
Nice. Ah, that's Amanaguchi's song, Power Supply. That's for Finland.
Elegant map.
Yeah, that's for Finland versus Argentina right now, right?
Yep.
Alright, cool.
I should have had this entered in by now.
Okay, and we should be getting started in just a moment. They're going to go ahead and pick.
So it looks like the first map is going to be Electronic Sound Lab. So we're going right into the quirky SV maps.
Yeah, I'd expect Walter Toro from the Chile team to be put in this time. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Just like that, Walter Toro joining the Chile team. This should give us a fairly good idea of how Thailand does on maps that have SV changes as well.
very much so. And for anyone, I don't feel like we have too many people that are new to Mania, but for anyone, the terminology SB is not. I have the standard terminology in my head, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it stands for slider velocity changes, which would be lane velocity changes here. Right, Connor? Is that correct?
Yes, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has the same meaning.
Yeah, and then LNs, for anyone that's wondering, when everybody says LNs, it's long notes. And I highly doubt there's very many people that don't know what you guys are talking about watching the Mania World Cup. But for those people that are kind of curious and going, what's this and why is there so many people watching it? Yeah. Any terminology you hear that's abbreviated like SV or LN usually stands for a type of pattern or a type of event that you're going to see in the map. I feel like we should probably have like a Mania terminology short thing in the wiki or something for new people.
There is, I think. Moving on from that though, Argentina has actually already won.
Congrats. That's crazy.
They've already got their 4 points.
Was it a clean sweep?
Yep. 4.
Dang.
So yeah, well played Argentina.
All right.
As Locktab yells at all of our players to get ready to move on.
I mean, this song should just get you moving. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just listening to it while we wait for the match to start, and it's one of them. It's one of the nice ones. You can rock back to the bass BPM, and you just feel it.
I think it's kind of fun, but it just hasn't started. Argentina's already won. Indonesia's about to win, and Brazil's about to win.
Yeah, this match definitely taking a little bit to start, but we have finally started now, and we'll have to see if this pick ends up working out for Chile with the SV stuff.
Oh, so this was a Chile pick, was it?
Yeah, Arkner picked it, and Walter Toro was switched in for it.
Cool, thank you. Okay, with that pick, actually now there's 3 maps tied for the most picks. This one, Jote Garose, and Refresh.
Currently, 2 players from Chile are both holding 100%. Walter Toro and Urusai doing quite well in accuracy right now. And Arkner not very far behind with 99.92%. On Thailand's side, everybody is holding strong at 99.8% or above, except for Naka, who is falling a little bit behind in accuracy so far.
Yeah, it does look like Chile have won it. Well, not like hugely, but a pretty good strong lead. Them about 20,000 points, nearly 2,000 points.
I think Walter Toro got 200s on 2 of those LNs in the speed up SV. He was on double S right before it.
Yeah, I believe you're right, because he did drop accuracy there. And geez, just looking at this match compared to the last ones, you can really tell the difference between the lower seeds and the top and high seeds. All the players just holding full combo except for Walter Toro, who did end up dropping. But look at how close the scores are.
And yeah, that looks like the first point will go to Chile. Every single time I keep seeing Meligant Narcissism get picked up, but never on stream.
But yeah, with a 23,000 point lead, that is going to be the first point over to Chile, with Urusai getting the double S with really good 300s as well. Only 134 regular 300s there. Walter Toro actually was pretty close to getting that double S themselves, just getting that 1 miss and 1 200. But overall, between the two teams, you can definitely see that Chile is the more accurate team here, just looking at the Rainbow 300 count on their side compared to Thailand.
Looks like they're going to go for refresh.
So Thailand opting for what I believe is one of the faster maps in the pool. Connor, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah, refresh is definitely the faster and denser map in the pool, but it's mostly just a consistency map. The only kind of weird thing about it is there is a slight slowdown SV near the start, but it's weird to see Thailand pick it against Chile because they have such good accuracy and consistency.
Speaking of starting, let's talk about ending, because Indonesia has ended their match 4-0 against Mexico.
For this match, we just actually had Zenonia from Thailand switch out for Demi2. So they'll be playing in this particular match.
Demi2 is on Chile.
Speaking of 4-0, how about another 4-0? Because Brazil has just won 4-0 as well.
I see that they've ended up going into the wrong side. Don't worry, Demi2 is just taking a trip over to Thailand, Chile, or Nobrus is just taking a trip over to Chile.
So yeah, this is now the only match left to conclude for the next set of matches. And yeah, looks like we are ready to go with refresh.
All right.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the players to swap the correct teams there. Demi2 and Nobrus in the wrong slots.
A little bit of musical chairs here. It's funny because, you know, it's a music game and they have to switch positions. Nobody got that. Oh, come on. I give you gold and you...
It's okay. It's not a funny Z-Truck. In like a corny, funny kind of way.
Dude, I'm like 99% corn. I thought you knew this.
Is that why you're so amazing? Hey! Oh, I need to get out more.
It's interesting to see Brazil win a match 4-0 in group stage. Especially after last year.
They're doing quite good this year in comparison to last year.
Oh, there we go. Z-Truck, that sums you up. 95% corn and 1% cheese.
Nice. I'm totally okay with that.
Both of these teams really close in accuracy at the start here.
Yeah, and refresh is more of a speed one here. At 170 BPM, it's going to be really crazy. It's a very dense map. As you can see, there's lots of dense sections, so I don't think we're going to have too much problem, but if we have any type of lazy players, they might break, because you definitely need to stay on your toes with this one.
There's a lot of jump streams going on in this map. So it really just comes down to consistency and like maintaining those patterns.
Very much so.
But for players of this caliber, I don't see it happening, like any players missing unless they make a really big breeding error.
Yeah, and the only slowdown you really have to worry about was in the first third of the chart, so I don't, and we didn't see any really big hiccups from either team here. So this one, like, I didn't expect people to underperform on this one, as it is a speed pick, and with 4-key, you know, speed is what is most determinant here. But it does look like things were switched over, and Thailand is going to take that just barely. Just barely.
Demi2 ended up having a little bit of accuracy issues towards the later half of that map, and it ended up costing them, really.
RSI with the 18 300s and exactly 1,000 maxes.
Just ridiculous accuracy from RSI this match.
RSI is so scary. Like, Connor, that was a very strong statement at first when you said they're comparable to halogen, but it was not a strong statement. It seems like it's pretty much fact here, as he hasn't seemed to have a single issue with any of the picks so far. I don't even know if he has a weakness at this point.
Yeah, I think that the only thing that let them down then was that Demi2 was hitting pretty late, like consistently throughout the map, so maybe not playing for that one map and then coming back in has messed them up a little bit.
Yeah, and when I said just barely, Loctite has cleared that up. It was 195 points, guys. Holy crap. And it looks like the next song we're going to be going over is Endless Dream. Now, this one should be pretty fun. I always like really poppy, bubbly songs like this. I guess it couldn't actually fall into happy hardcore, though, as it's not really hardcore, but it's definitely happy.
This is a free mod pick, so I'd expect to see 6 hard rocks from these teams.
Yeah, I can imagine that. This is 182 BPM, very light drum streams. Gets a little bit denser, but yeah, hard rock might be pretty good to test. Though Flashlight isn't completely out of the question with this one, as it only gets denser at the end. As the climax, they might be able to take that out and get the higher score points with Flashlight. But have we seen very many teams taking advantage of Flashlight yet?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Every now and then there'll be like the free mod map, and generally everything is a free mod map, especially I think it's Endless Dream. Sometimes even Sonic Kick. Some will go Hard Rock Flashlight.
Alright, and we see Shiro is going to definitely use Hard Rock Flashlight here on this one, as it looks like the other team here is going to take it a little, Chile's going to take it a little bit safer, go all Hard Rock here, but if Shiro can knock this out good, that's potential huge score advantage for him, taking both those into play.
Just a quick
good
mention
start,
in case anybody missed it. Demi2 did swap out for Bashinaria, who is having a little bit of a rough start.
Just a little, yeah. Maybe the hard rock wasn't a good idea though.
Yeah, that's a little surprising. I wasn't expecting accuracy drops like that. I feel like maybe they didn't set their speeds right. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm thinking that they were swapped in to play Flashlight, but then didn't select it based on that scroll speed.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
That is unfortunate.
Unfortunate and very costly from the looks of it.
Oh, most definitely deadbeat. But as you can see on Thailand's side, Shiro is taking full advantage of the mod combination here and doing incredibly well, holding just as strong as his other non-flashlight playing counterparts in his team.
Yeah, even if Demi2 were to be playing and was going equal with the rest of his team, they would still not stand much of a chance against that extra flashlight scoring.
Things might have been a little bit different if Bastion had remembered to put Flashlight on. That's a little bit unfortunate.
I'm so just amazed that Urusei again with the double S.
Yeah, Urusei just completely destroying this song in terms of accuracy right now. Arcaner as well. They're actually beating Nico and Bronris as well, but with Shiro's Flashlight and Bashinaria's unfortunate lack of Flashlight on there, and that ended up being a quick point for Thailand.
But yeah, again, Urusei, just look at that 300 ratio.
Yeah. Like, if we can get into a little bit of detail on how scary Urusei is, though, you gotta remember, Hard Rock makes the window for a rainbow, instead of being 24 milliseconds, it's 16 milliseconds. And now, you gotta remember the basic standard of timing to get correct when making a map. you have about a 5 millisecond give or take when timing a map. So literally, it's only 10 milliseconds off what we expect for perfect timing. So literally, he's playing almost perfectly to the map, and that's what's scary.
What's scary is that he's not the only one that does that. There are other people with just as insane accuracy. And it does look like Chile are gonna... No, Thailand are gonna go for the last star in the universe.
And going into this, now the 230 BPM could be something that people would be worried about, but it's really not the hardest chart. There'll be lots of jacks here, so that's going to test our players quite a bit on their jack speed. And there are some really tricky long notes that they will have to worry out. And like Connor said previously, a lot of these higher end speed players aren't really used to dealing with long notes as much. So this should be pretty interesting to see how they handle this.
On top of that, we might actually see some players trip a little bit on accuracy due to the Grace Notes and Flams that end up happening in this song as well.
All right, and it looks like Demi2 is coming back in, or Demi2 is coming back in, and we will be getting started in just a moment. Now this puts Chile in the hot seat there. They did take first point, and then they lost that second point, unfortunately. Hopefully they'll be able to bring it back to 2-all, but if it goes to 2-all, would that be the closest we've been to a tiebreaker so far, Deadbeat, or no?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be.
Everything has either been 4-0 or 4-1 with one win by default. There's been nothing that's gone past 2 points.
So this match potentially can be the mold changer.
As with any 4-1 map, but yeah, totally. We'll see how it goes.
Ursai's a beast, and Demi2's doing pretty well too, and his entire team playing pretty strong, so there is very potential for them to bring this back. I mean, there's a lot of potential for them to bring this back. There's very potential. That doesn't even make sense.
Actually, some kind of potential.
Already seen Bonris and Demi2 have a little bit of accuracy drops from the Flam notes there.
Yeah, this is the first map that Ursa has actually got a full double S on. Because he double S the last 3 maps.
Arcaner is still actually holding double S though. And Ursa
yeah, he actually he double is the map 2 maps ago.
Ooh, Benros actually getting a 200 there. That is not going to be good for his accuracy, and accuracy is going to be playing everything. Demi2 also getting a 200 a little bit ago.
Yeah, I think the accuracy drop from Demi2 is what's that slight score gap, but
Ooh! Benner's really having some problems there as their accuracy takes 2 ticks down. That's not going to be good, but it is still holding relatively higher than some of the other players. But now, as we get into this, the score is starting to change. Chile is trying to pull this back, and the lead is so very close. There's no guarantee on who's got this. It does look like it's stabilized for Chile here. If they can manage to hold this, they will bring this to 2-all. This will be the first one that's went further than a 4-1, guys. This might be the match to watch. Good thing we decided to stream it. It might have took a little bit of time to get it going, but it might be the hottest match we have so far. This looks like an almost guaranteed pull for Chile.
I'm a little sad that Arcaner actually did drop the double S though. It would have been nice to see Chile get a full double S every map.
I think Urusai got all of his 200s on long notes in this map.
Oh no, really? Well, now we know how to counter Urusai. Just long notes everywhere. Noodle map.
Alright, so yes, that is going to bring this 2-all, everybody. So now things are about to get excited.
Okay, so next to pick, I believe, is Chile. What do you think they'll want to go for?
Ooh, that's a good question. They still have quite a few options. I'm not sure if we'll see another free mod pick here, as the last one kind of went a little bit detrimental for them, so they might want to stay away from that. So I'm feeling like no mod's definitely going to be played next.
Doto Kurose could be an option, but nope, they're gonna go for space time.
Oh, so they are going to go with another. Oof, I don't know if that's a good idea.
I was thinking that if they're gonna go for free mod, they'll probably just go back to hours.
Yeah, and I mean I can understand that. Don't get me wrong. Their idea to choose free mod is totally up to them. But I just don't like what we just saw. They need to really think this one through.
Yeah, I don't know why you would pick a free mod map when you know that someone on the other team is going to play Flashlight.
Yeah, and they're going to double up.
They could have a flashlight play themselves though.
Yeah, but do they have somebody that can double up on mods? Like, they got a good insight as to how they're going to attack when playing a free mod pick with the last one. They might have lost that point, but they made it back. But you would think they'd take the information that they learned from that. Of course, you know, it is their game and they're up to play it, and this is just my insight going into it. But if they do keep Demi2 here, and if they do, I'm assuming they're going to try to stick with Hard Rock only. But even if they all go with Hard Rock and perform well, if Shiro is going to use Flashlight and Hard Rock, that could be really bad for Chile.
I'd like to quickly point one thing out here. You keep talking about Shiro with the flashlight, but Urusei actually got a better score than Shiro without the flashlight by about 9,000 points. So if Demi2 and Arcana just can keep up with the other two, they're fine. They don't need a flashlight.
It's a bit of an unnecessary risk, really, with Nomad maps available. Like, I was expecting them to pick something more like this Ori and Everlasting Princess. Because that's accuracy and consistency pick. Oh, they do have a flashlight, though, on the Chile team with Demi2.
All right, yeah, so we are going to see another flashlight here. So now it's really just up to, can Demi2 perform as well as Shiro? And if so, will it be enough?
Oh, they're gonna go with the flashlight. I didn't think that they would actually need to. I mean, again, if this is gonna be anything like Endless Dream, Urusei can just outscore Shiro.
Yeah, if they can keep their accuracy high, guaranteed he could outscore. But
there is still actually a score bonus on Thailand's side though, because they have that additional Hard Rock on Shiro on top of the flashlight. So if Thailand does end up performing at least equal in accuracy, they could end up winning this point.
Ooh, that's stressful. Like, I love matches like this. I'm tense already, and it's just group stage. And
I feel like that might not be the case. We've already got a 98 and a 97% coming out on Thailand's side.
Yeah, it does look like that, but remember here, a single drop can make or break a team.
Oh yeah, for sure, but for the time being, if Chile can keep this up, they've probably got this one in the bag. I suppose a lot of this would probably depend on Demi2, I think. I think keeping consistent with the flashlight might be harder than the Hard Rock. I'm not sure. Connor, what do you think? Do you reckon... Who do you reckon more likely to miss? Demi2 with the flashlight or Arcana with the Hard Rock?
It's already been decided as Shiro drops, and that is not going to be very good for Thailand, and that's almost going to guarantee that Chile's going to be able to pull this third point. A very unfortunate drop for Shiro. It's really hard to tell what he made a mistake on, too, because flashlight.
Yeah, with Flashlight, it all comes down to how much Flashlight you've actually played. Because if you're not used to it, it's really easy to just completely miss a note as it goes by, even if it's something really simple.
All right, and that is going to put Chile in the potential match point here. Thailand is going to have to come back and win this next one, but if they do, guys, tiebreaker! Everybody get hyped up for the tiebreaker. Even if it doesn't happen, get hyped up for it. because this is the closest we've been, and we need to show our support. Cheer on Thailand. Let them get that other point. Let's see them battle this out proper in a tiebreaker match. I'd love to see that. I know Twitch chat would love to see that. Let's see if we can't cheer Thailand to one more victory so we could see that awesome tiebreaker.
Or if you're cheering for Chile, then show your support for Chile and say, to hell with that tiebreaker. Go Chile, go.
Of course, yeah. You know, if you want Chile to take that safe win, by all means, cheer for the favorite team. And Chile might have it. Ursai's a beast, and it's really just going to come down to who's able to take this last point.
It would be kind of cool to see the tiebreaker at least once.
I missed the opportunity. I was going to say I'd expect them to pick that Taker out to say, because it's the last SV map that they can try and get a win from.
Well, even if you were late, you were correct, and that was the map that was selected. You guys are talking so much about Ursai, but I mean, Arcaner's been playing really good too, as well as Demi2. Arcaner is actually kind of being a little bit overshadowed by Ursai, I think.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Arcaner and Demi2 are doing incredibly well. It's just, I don't know, for some reason my eyeballs just go to Ursai's screen, and I just see all those rainbows, and I'm like, wow.
You know, on top of that, Shiro's been like a huge boon for Thailand, as they've been the player that's been doing flashlight both times that free mods come up.
Oh yeah, his flashlight skills are superb. I mean, that first one, not to mention, it's not just flashlight; it's flashlight and hard rock.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's taking the visual nerf from flashlight and the massive requirement of timing for hard rock, and that he's pulling 98s and plus is just mind blown.
Well, it looks like we're going to start. Is this going to be the 4-2 or the tiebreaker?
This map will mostly come down to whether or not the Chile team can combo the, I guess, LN wall that's about 3/4 into the map.
If they can survive the long night pool, do you think they'll have a good chance of taking this one?
Yeah, as long as they hold combo and keep their accuracy to a decent level in the rest of the map, they have the chance to keep to take the victory. But it really depends on how well they do on the LNs. It's interesting that they kept Demi2 on the Chile team and not Ultataro, because he's the better SV player.
I'm a little curious, because of the Scorby 2, what would you consider decent accuracy? 99.8 above?
I think that's god tier accuracy. I'd still say anybody who even pulls around 97's like freaking awesome. But in terms of like competitive wise, 98 and above would probably be like the top end guard, especially if you're using mods like without. Ooh,
Nako actually dropping there on some of the more tricky long notes.
Yeah, that's definitely not good for Thailand.
There's actually a lot of support for Chile and Twitch chat though.
Oh yeah, they definitely want them to take this victory here, but it's going back and forth still.
Well, it's all going to come down to this next LN section.
Ooh, Demi2 does drop.
And its score has actually gotten back over to Thailand. Still got another third of this map to go. It's going to be really close.
Oh, this is super close.
Unless there's multiple misses from the Thailand team, I don't think Demi2 has enough time left in the map to bring his accuracy back to the score. Because he's getting 200s very often on these long notes.
Probably a little bit panicked there off his drop. I don't blame him either, especially when you're on a potential match point. That's gotta be stressful.
Sure. Yeah, I can see his accuracy is slowly climbing up, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough. I think this is going to be a tiebreaker.
If not, it's going to be really close.
Getting to the end, and just like that, guys, it's going to be a tiebreaker.
And it is tiebreaker. Woo! Awesome. First tiebreaker of the group stage. We are getting to see it now. And, you know, like I said, this match might have took a little bit of time to get started. It was a little slower than the others, but it was definitely worth watching, as we're going to see our first tiebreaker, and our players will be getting ready for that in just a moment.
I think Chile has a big problem now playing the tiebreaker because the Thailand team has shown that they're definitely a lot better at long notes. And this map, it's not LN focused, but it definitely has a lot of them all throughout the map. And it can be very easy to drop combo on them.
Alright, so what do you think with this session? You hyped for the tiebreaker? What do you think is gonna happen?
It's actually way too close for me to call. I don't even know which team to cheer for at this rate. They've both been playing so well.
And just yelling in the chat, you make me proud. I think Pin is always the most happiest person to see a tiebreaker.
I think that I'm going to cheer for Chile on this because Ursai and Arkaner have been playing amazing, but Thailand's just been having some amazing plays as well. Like, Zenonia has been consistent throughout most of this, and Shiro has been doing so much mod play. It's just been amazing to watch.
Yeah, I might go Chile as well. I really quite like how well Ursai and Arkaner are playing today. I really hope Chile can win this one. You got a prediction, Connor?
I'm not sure. It really comes down to whether or not Chile drops on the long notes. And if I'm not mistaken, tiebreakers played under free mod conditions, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm expecting a lot of hard rock, and it's also going to come down to who plays flashlight and who doesn't.
Good expectation, because Lost Devs just said, sure you all want hard rock. Okay. So I think everyone has just gone hard rock. Let us find out.
That's a very bold decision to take there, but it's their decision to make as we get into this.
Yeah, only one
Demi2
player
did
not
it.
taking it, with Demi2
Yeah,
being the only no mod player.
But yeah, we got 5 hard rocks on the tiebreaker. I can do that.
Alright, and as you guys know, this one is quite the long map. This is going to test endurance for sure.
And during that endurance test, Twitch chat, you guys have an endurance test of your own. You have one job. Cheer for your favorite team right now. If you're cheering for Thailand, start letting us know. Spam that chat. If you're cheering for Chile, spam that chat with Chile.
We want to see that hype, guys.
I think that Demi2's made probably the better decision by not taking hard rock because he has been letting go of those long notes really late. And to play it on hard rock is going to really affect his score if he gets way too many 200s on long notes throughout the map.
Yeah, that's probably the smartest choice that he could have done, and it's a very calculated choice. He was able to see that playing with hard rock was hurting his accuracy some, and with this being such a long map, I'm guaranteed we're going to see at least a couple drops. And that being said, if you're going to drop, you don't want to take a super big hit to accuracy on stuff that you're actually hitting. So removing hard rock was probably the smartest thing you could do. And as you can see, his accuracy is staying pretty relatively high.
I mean, speaking of drops, we do actually see the first one coming up from Shiro. So that is going to give Chile the early lead here. Not a huge lead, but one they do kind of want.
However, even with that miss, Demi2 is starting to kind of fall behind a little bit compared to the hard rock players in accuracy right now. Actually, the third lowest accuracy in the match so far, with only Zenonia and Neko being lower.
Yeah, and Akner and Ursai are both holding incredibly high with the hard rock. Ursai at the 99.70% and Akner at 99.26%.
Yeah, if Demi2 can get his accuracy back up, then he should be fine. I think a lot of this is going to come down to the how he handles the long notes. And then some damn good hype to Chile in chat. Damn.
Seeing quite a lot of support for Thailand as well.
A lot of support for everyone, actually.
Alright guys, 2/3 of the map left to go. Right now, Chile is holding the lead just barely with about 10,000 point lead. And it's anybody's game. There's still long notes to go here, and lots of misses could end up happening from them. Zenonia actually taking another accuracy hit there.
So has a second drop on the Thailand team as well.
Oh yeah, Nako missed as well, so that's definitely going to hurt Thailand. And it doesn't look like Dimitri has actually gone back up. He is had that 99% area again, so his score won't be as bad, but it's still not quite enough. I think he'll probably need another 0.5% maybe, if he can get that.
He was able to pull up with the second win, though, definitely improving his accuracy. It's no longer dropping, which is definitely a good thing. What you want to see happen is rising, and that is what it's doing at the moment. We did see a drop from Ackner, though, so that is going to hurt their score, but I don't know if it's going to hurt it enough to give the lead back to Thailand at this moment. There's about half of the map left, I do believe.
And with the miss from Nako as well, that kind of evens out the miss from Arkener.
Yeah, that very much does. It's not looking good for Thailand at the moment. But alternatively, it is looking amazing for Chile. If they can hold this together, they will be able to take this match. It's been a long and hard-fought match, but it would definitely be worth it. Upsets are still possible, though. We still have quite a bit of map left, and these single drops are detrimental now.
Yeah, but there is about a 33k lead, and that is increasing quite a bit, actually. So Thailand are going to have to be very careful here with how they play, because I don't think they can afford any more misses at this point.
Yeah, I think one more miss from either team will settle this match.
I think it also depends on who. I mean, if Arkana and or Nako miss again, it won't be too bad, but if first side give it to Shiro or Zenoia miss, that's probably going to be more impactful.
This is going to be a detrimental choke.
Yeah, if Demi2 misses, that'll make a massive problem for the Chile team because of the fact that he doesn't have that extra 10% score like the rest of his team.
That means that you could argue the other way around. If Eriside drops, they lose a lot more score.
Yeah, but it has that 10% bonus cushion.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get a bit more points out of it, but there's more points to lose at the same time.
Well, as it is right now, Urusai is just absolutely carrying the score for Chile right now. Arkener not very far behind, but Demi2, without the Hard Rock, is a little bit behind score-wise. On Thailand's side, Shiro is doing a lot of work with Zenonia trying their best, and Nako really kind of starting to fall behind at this point, though still ahead of Demi2.
Oh, did I hear a miss? Yes, I did. I think that was from Shiro.
That certainly was, and that is not the time you want to be missing, especially when you're already behind.
And the mess at the end as well. I think that is gonna be that. I think Chile are gonna pay this tiebreaker now.
Very surprising to see RSI hold the full combo on a map with so many long notes.
We see double drops from Ackner and Nako near the very end of the map, but I don't think that's going to do too much of anything. And with that being said, the long and hard battle is over, and the winners of this match is going to be Chile. They are going to take the match in our first tiebreaker, 4-3. Congratulations to Chile, and Thailand, you gave an excellent play as well. That was a very fantastic match to watch. But we won't
really close.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't have too much time to talk about it because we're going to be moving right into our next matches, as there is no time to lay down, no time to go get a soda. You're here, you're sitting, you're watching the Mania 4-Key World Cup 2016, guys. Stay tuned, and we are going to have our next match in just a moment.